Welcome back, everybody, to Twisted Stitches. My name is Tammy. How's everybody doing this Friday, July 10th, 2020? One thing I have to say today, happy birthday, Annalea. It is my oldest granddaughter's 9th birthday today. So Grandma loves you. Happy birthday. Mwah! She watches my podcast from time to time. So I want to make sure I put that in there. Also, in 2 days, July 12th, is my 38th year scoliosis surgiversary. Woohoo! I actually started kind of celebrating the fact that I've gone 38 years. I don't have the best back and I don't have, pain-free life or anything like that, but I'm still able to get up and walk, and I'm still able to do a lot of things that I would have been unable to do had I not had the surgery. So 38 years, and knock on wood, the rods are still doing pretty good and the back is still halfway okay. I have some problems. I'm not going to complain. It could be worse. It could be a heck of a lot worse. And I'm going to tell you something. I, deep down in my heart, feel like the way they did it back in 1982 was way better than the way they're doing it now, because I am on a group that is for scoliosis people who, have had the surgery or are going to be going through the surgery, and I am hearing so many horror stories of new young children, because remember, a lot of scoliosis, people who have had scoliosis surgeries have this as a young adolescent or a teenager. It is a horrific surgery. It is open back. You don't go through like the neck. You literally go and they slice your back and they jack your back up and they fuse your spine and they put hardware in there and they put screws, plates, and all this other stuff. When they did my back is fused from T2 to L4, I believe. That's really bad. I should know this. I don't really worry about it. Honestly, I don't. It's there. It's been there forever, so whatever. So anyway, when they did it, back in 1982, they put me on this bed that you had to be flipped every 4 hours for, circulation purposes and things like that. I was on that bed for almost a week after my surgery before they had a specially made brace that a prosthetics type person came in and molded the brace to my back. I was a fortunate one. I didn't have to be put in one of those body casts. It was actually, when I had my surgery, they just started doing where they were making formed braces instead of the body cast. So I was like, oh, thank God, because if not, I would have been in a body cast from my neck down to right across like the genitalia area and like down the butt and stuff, and I would have been in that for 9 months. And this way I wore a brace which had some Velcro, which sometimes when you felt a little bit, you felt like you were being compressed a little bit too much, you could kind of loosen it a teeny little bit and get a little breath of air in once in a while. And I had to wear that for like 7 months. But anyway, I'm not seeing the new cases that I am seeing. These girls mostly, because it hits girls more than it hits boys. But these kids are being made to get up so early, and I just feel like with me having that time on that bed that I didn't move and I kept being flipped around, it gave me time for my fusion and the metal and the hardware to just kind of meld a little, like set in place. Like, the cement had time to harden for a few days before they said, okay, let's stand you up. And before they stood me up, I had the brace on and I wasn't allowed to move around or do any kind of moving without the brace on. So I don't know. So anyway, I digress. I just am like, I figured I'd put it out there because I wouldn't see you till next week, and I just wanted to say it's my surgiversary soon. So today is Friday, like I said. Did I say that already? I think I said that already. Sorry, guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful week, and yay, it is gonna be the weekend. Woohoo! Tomorrow, Saturday, I have a bike show to co-host with Tom, so it's going to be a hot, long day. Actually, I have to help him because it starts at noon, and then I have to leave at like 3 in the afternoon because I have to go watch my youngest granddaughter because my daughter needs to work tomorrow. So it's going to be a long day, and it's going to be a hot day until I get to my daughter's house. And because he's going to need the pickup truck to take all the equipment back and forth, I have to go on my motorcycle. So I have to be loosened up and limbered up to get on my motorcycle, which I haven't been on in like forever. I haven't gone for a ride in a really long time. Shame on you, Tammie. Shame, shame. My body's been tired. I didn't feel like doing it. So that's what's going on. I think Sunday I'm going to be exhausted. So Sunday is going to be sit back, try to stay cool in the house, and just work on some crochet. Now, I've been crocheting up a storm, but before we get into whips, I have one more little story to tell you guys. So on Monday, yay, I got to meet up with Natalie from Natalie's Closet. She lives an hour and a half-ish away from me, and we've been wanting to get together since the time that Natalie, her mom Larissa, myself, and Rosie M from Rosie M Nona's Stitching Lounge. I'll put it here. I can't remember her YouTube channel name all the way. But anyway, y'all know who I'm talking, or most of you know who I'm talking about. So anyway, when we all met up in Tampa, when Rosie and her husband were going on a cruise, Natalie and I were like, oh my gosh, it was the first time we met and kind of got to know each other. It was the first time that we realized we are so close. And we were like, yeah, we'll get together from time to time and have lunch or whatever, maybe go to a yarn store and, pick out some yarn or something, support our local yarn shops, things like that. And just then all of a sudden, Corona hit, and we had to, for our family's sakes, we had to be safe and not be meeting up. We kept a little bit of social distancing. We didn't hug just because, of everything going on. We wore our masks. I had a wonderful time. Thank you, Natalie. I'm so glad we got a chance to do that. But guess what? I have to share with you, she was so sweet. She knows that I am going to be making a shawl for the Sis Love crochet along that Reggie at J Hook and Tracy at Crochet Rossetti is hosting for July, and I will put their links down in my description box so you can find out all the information. So anyway, Natalie was like, I know you're going to be doing the shawl, and she wanted to give me something special. Look, she gave me one of these, the whirls, how do you say it? Sheepgees whirl? Sheepgees. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But look at the beauty mass. Beautiful. Is it coming out pretty good? Let me see. Maybe if I bring it back here. I had to turn on the light. It's in the middle of the afternoon here in Florida, and I don't know, maybe it's my hurricane awnings just blocking out just enough of the sun where I don't get that much sunlight coming in. I get enough, but not a lot. But anyway, just this particular one is called Coral Catastrophe, and it is just gorgeous. It's 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. There is 1,000 meters on here, and it is so pretty. These are those cakes like, kind of like the It's a Wrap rainbow. I think Hobby Lobby sells something similar to this. Hobie has their version of this. There's a lot of different versions, but this is just gorgeous. But I did tell her, I said, thank you very much, but I am using something different, but I am going to use this. I think I'm going to make myself I was thinking about making a scarf out of this. A nice lightweight scarf or something. I'm not sure. I have to think on that. If you guys have any ideas what I should make out of this, so let me know what you think. So talking about the crochet along, the Sis Love crochet along, I kept thinking about like, what am I going to make this out of? And I kept thinking, oh, I have some of that. Um, it's a wrap rainbow colors, and I knew I had some of that, but I was like, everybody's doing it out of that, so I wanted to do it out of something different. Now I don't know if you remember, or if you're new here you might not have remembered, but at one point, I don't remember which video it was, and if I can find the video I'll leave a little link right here, but it was an acquisition that I had gotten through like that Facebook marketplace type thing. So what I did is I had gone on Facebook and I typed in yarn for sale. And a lot of times, you know, you get like, around here anyway, you get like a bunch of used skeins of Super Saver, and they put a ridiculous price on it of like, I don't know, $30 for 8 used skeins of Super Saver. And I'm like, no. So, but this particular one, I almost was like, I was almost like, this is too good to be true, and I really was freaked out. So this was what I was able to get. I got 3 of these cakes. This is a cake sold by Hobbii, Hobbii, and it's called Dolce Cashmere. And when I saw this particular listing on the Facebook group page, or the Facebook marketplace page, it said 3 cakes for $35. So I immediately went on and I looked under Hobbii, because in her picture you could see that where it said Hobbii like that. So I immediately looked them up, and it was like their price was $35 to $40 a cake. And I was like, I called her up right away. I was like, or I messaged her right away. I was like, do you still have that? And where are you located? And she was like, yes, I still have it, blah, blah, blah. I went up there like immediately. And she gave me 3 of these cakes, and one that she had originally started a project but frogged it back, and she kind of has it messed up. I'm going to see if I can fix that one. But still, 3 of these cakes for $35. And so this, and it's called Rose Gold. It is color number 07. If you go on the Hobbii website and you type in the Dolce Cashmere, I don't know if I'm saying that wrong, but it is 65% virgin wool superwash and 25% polyamide and 10% cashmere. I do believe that I may be able to wash it in the washer in the gentle cycle. I'm not sure. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm going to hand wash it anyway. But anyway, these are the ones I got, and I told you they had a slight odor of like maybe cigarette smoke. And I don't smoke, not anymore, not for many, many years. And so I didn't like that. So what I did is, at first I was going to hank them all up, hank them all into 3 hanks. And then I was going to carefully wash them and then hang them out and then recake them up. So when I worked with it, I didn't have that odor. But when I took one of these cakes and I started trying to like hank it up, and it was just making a mess and knotting up. I don't have a Swift, so I don't know if that would have helped or not. So I was like, nope, I can't do this. So I took them, and one day I put them outside. I put a light mist of like Febreze fabric on them, and then I set them outside. So they're not perfect, but I can work with them. And what I'm going to do is, of course, after the shawl is made, it needs to be washed and blocked. So be perfect. So this is what I'm going to make my shawl out of. And I'm really excited to start that. And I just had so much stuff to catch up on. You know, I had that gingham blanket that I had to finish before I was able to really start on any other projects. Now, I do have 2 projects on hooks right now, and 1 project, small project, that I finished. Let's start with the finished objects, shall we? Yeah, I'm just kind of jumping right into it because I have so much to talk to you guys about, and I don't want to forget anything, and I don't want this video to be, it's going to probably be a long podcast. Sorry, guys. And did I ever say thank you guys, everybody who keeps coming back? You guys are a blessing in my life, and I appreciate every single one of you. And to all my new subscribers, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys very, very much. So this is my first finished object. I finished another quick little hat for Hat Not Hate. Nothing fancy, double crochets all the way down till the last, did I do 3 rows? No, I did 2 rows. I did like just some half double crochets at the end, and I used a hook that was 1.5 sizes smaller. I crocheted this one with a 5.5 millimeter, and I went down to a 4 millimeter to do this half double crochets just to kind of bring it in a little bit. So unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I am done with all of my hats for Hats Not Hate. So this is all I got done from for the Hats Not Hate, and I'll be mailing them off Monday morning. I'm going to get them packaged up this weekend and mail them off Monday morning. So this one was Debbie with the Canadian Crocheter, her front post hat. This one here was the Chocolate Bonbon hat by Bag O' Day Crochet. This one here was, I don't remember what this one was called, but I'll leave a link in the description for it. This one here was Creative Grandma's Easy Shell Stitch hat. This is a Divine hat. This is just one where you put half double crochets in the back loop and you kind of go back and forth and then you sew it up, and that's what you get. This one here was a double crochet, and then this one is a double crochet. So that's what I have finished for Hat Not Hate. Our neighbor who helps us out has decided to cut the lawn now. So I've stopped this video 3 times. This is my 3rd attempt to get this video done. My dogs keep barking, people keep coming to my house, and now the neighbor is mowing the lawn. So guess what? I hope you guys don't mind. I can't stop this video again. Let me get on with my whips now. I told you last week that I would be starting on the Lost Souls scarf. I said I was going to do motifs, and then when I started working on this, when I looked at the pattern, I realized it's actually, you don't do single motifs. They are continuously connected. You make 6 motifs for one side, and then another 6 motifs for the other side, and then you make 1 single motif, because you can do these just as one individual. Then you make 1 single motif and attach it, so that'll be your little middle piece there. I'll insert a picture right here of the finished product. So this is the yarn that was gifted to me by Barbara Leanhard. It is the Lion brand, True Blue. I almost thought it was True Blue, but it's True Blue, and it is 3.5 ounces, 241 yards. It is 100% bamboo from rayon fibers, and it is so soft, so lovely. It's a little bit fiddly to work with because it's slippery, and it likes to slide off my hook often, but as long as you give yourself a little tiny bit of tension on it, it seems to be working really well for me. I don't try to go super fast with it, but here's how they're coming out. I love how they're looking, and I'm hoping to have this completed by next Friday so I can show it as a finished object. But look at that, just I love it. Thank you so much, Barbara, and I love the way this is working out. So y'all know that I am working on the next, well, some of you know that I am working on the next baby Afghan. It's this one here. It's out of this book, So Sweet Baby Afghans, and it is called the Heartwarming Wrap to Crochet, that is in this book right here. And it is actually a very easy pattern to follow. And, oh my goodness, I got the hook stuck in there. It recommends a 3.75 hook, but when I did my swatch was coming out way too small. And so I decided to bump up to a 4 millimeter, and it's still kind of coming up smaller, but I'm like, it's a blanket. It's no big deal. And it says to use a sport weight yarn, 1,700 yards of it. So the only 2-weight yarn that I had was Michael's. Last year had this Wellness Baby. I don't know if it's it was on sale, and it was like they were not bringing it back, supposedly. I don't know if they have or not, but this here is Wellness Baby, and it's 100% acrylic. This is in the colorway white, which you'll see. And this particular ball has 8.8 ounces and 820 yards. And you're supposed to use a 4.5 millimeter hook, 4 millimeters working out fine. When I had told her, I was almost 100% positive that I had a pink color just like this. But when I looked through, I only had one ball of that, and this particular pattern is going to use up two, almost at least two, because it's supposed to use 1,700 yards, and I have basically 1,640 yards, so I'm going to have to shorten the blanket a little tiny bit, probably leave out about 3 rows. But I was almost 100% sure it had pink, but when I looked through my stash, that's all I had was one pink, one coral, but then I had 2 silver, 2 gray, 2 aqua, which the aqua would have been gorgeous, and then I had 2 white. And so I got a hold of her and I said, well, those are your options. What do you want? And she's like, well, I guess I'll take the white. I still think that the aqua would have been gorgeous, but she wanted the white, so here it is. It's working up nicely. It has an eyelet row all the way around when you're finished, and that's so you can put a silky ribbon in through the whole thing. You weave a silky ribbon and then tie it at the end. I don't know if you can see that on this particular one. See right in here, there's like a little ribbon that they put in there and tie it around before, and then you have a very lacy border. Anyway, it's working up nicely. I like the way it feels, and it's going to be a very nice blanket when it's done. I don't think I'll have this done by next week because I am working on some other things beyond these whips right here. So but I will show it to you. I'll kind of let you know how much more. Let's see. We got approximately, what would you call that? Maybe 3 inches. Let's see. 3.5 inches done. So by next week, I'm hoping to have, because I just started on this just the other day, like 2 days ago, and this on top of everything else that I'm working on. It's moving. It's moving nicely. I'm happy with it. So that is my last whip that I can show you. I did get some acquisitions, and one of the main acquisitions I got was 2 more hanks of the Audine Woods by Knit Crate that came in the Knit Crate on for June's box. And I said that I wanted to use this for the shirt that I am making. So I will be starting that this week. I want to get at least one of the panels done to make sure it works up really well. I've written up what I think is going to work. And so hopefully what I wrote down on paper works out really well in the yarn. So if you guys are thinking about following along to the tutorial, any yarn will work. You can use any size yarn you want. I would probably recommend a lightweight yarn, seeing it's going to be, middle to the end of July and through August and maybe even part of September here in Florida. And if you're in a warmer state, you'll be able to wear this shirt probably all the way through November, maybe even some in the winter months too. So I'm hoping that you guys are excited and are going to get ready to maybe follow along to the tutorial that I'll be working on pretty soon. And I got one more acquisition that I want to share with you guys, and I didn't open it. I didn't even look at it. So I'm going to, all right, Laura from Mad Maybes Crochet, I'm going to do a you. I did see it a teeny little bit, but I haven't taken it out of the packaging yet. So last week, you'll remember that I told you how I had gotten this particular yarn from Felicity Yarn Studio. She's yarn dyer. She dyes yarns, and she has an Etsy shop, and I'll leave her link in the description box. And this one was called Gothic Heroine. And I was like, oh, I love it. I love it. It was so me. You remember yarn porn last Friday, right? So we got a little bit more yarn porn. So one of the nice things I can say about working or buying things from either like, you know, hand dyers, local yarn stores and things like that, they have a lot of knowledge of their bases that they're using, their colors that they're using, and they have a lot of knowledge about what really goes together well, especially when you're looking at something online and it's really hard to get that true to life, what does it really look like when you get it in your hands type thing. So what I did is I told her, now that I have this, I looked at a few of your different colors and I want to make a shawl. And I want to add I want to have a contrasting color, or, you know, a color that blends in well with this. And I said, I have option A, B, and C. What do you think? And she said, if it were my shawl, I would go with this option. And I said, you know what? That was the one. That's the first one I thought about. So I ordered this. It's a sock set. Ooh, I know I'm weird. So this also is by Felicity Yarn Studio. This is just a beautiful pale seashell pink with some, what color is that? I would say that that's like I would say that's black. Black speckles. Is that coming through? The black speckles. And then it has this almost lighter version. This is a one-of-a-kind colorway. A lighter version of this. See how nicely these go together? Here, let me go like this. Can you see that? Let me bring it back a little bit. Look at that gorgeousness. Tell me that won't make a beautiful shawl, y'all. Yes. So this here is called Millennial Pink, and the mini is called Gloriana. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. It is 463 yards for the big baby and 92 yards for the mini. They're both 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon, 4-ply hand wash, lay flat to dry. It has this beautiful stitch marker. It's a little rose. Can you see that? I'm trying to get it good. There we go. Can you see that? That's a beautiful rose. And it came with, what did I just do with the bag? Okay, I just lost the bag. No, I didn't. I didn't lose the bag. And I got this yummy blueberry flavored herbal tea with it. Yum. It's fruit tea. So I had the raspberry and it was delicious. So now I can't wait. I love blueberry. So I can't wait. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum. So you think this is going to look good together? I think so. I think this will make a nice looking shawl. This is going to be a knitted shawl. So don't be expecting this anytime real soon. It's going to take me a hot minute to get this done. That is faux show. It's going to take me a while to get that done. That is going to be my first large knitted project, and I have to get some other things finished before I actually put them on the needles. So I got a little bit to go. Let's see, guys. Did I remember everything? I think we discussed everything. I don't know how long this is going to be. I hope it's not too long, guys. So I hope everybody had a wonderful week. And let me know what you're going to be doing this weekend. Leave me a comment. So what do you think? Are you guys pretty excited about the tutorial that we're going to be doing? Are you guys excited? I'm excited. I am so excited. And this is going to be gorgeous. And don't worry, it's going to be beginner friendly. It's a nice boxy type shirt, so Nothing super hard to do. So I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your weekend. And at the very end, I'm going to leave a little clip of my granddaughter's birthday party that we went to on Sunday. They had a big, huge slide. And in this particular clip, you will see my step granddaughter, who her name is Mia. And I will try to put like little like Mia, then Analia, and so you guys can tell, you know, who is who or whatever. So in the clip, you'll see Mia, Analia, Bella in the center with the green shirt on, and then the littlest one comes running up to get onto the slide, and her name is Ava. And those are my 4 granddaughters from my son. And then I'll leave a picture or a little video of my granddaughter, which I have to go watch her. Did I say I was going to watch her? I have to go watch her tomorrow. So yay, I'm so excited. I love when I get to watch her. It's like grandma time, you know. And are you guys going to be doing the Sis Love crochet along that J Hook Crochet and Crochet Rossetti is hosting? So let me know in the comments. And what do you think about this yarn that I'm going to be using for it? Do you think this is going to look good? I'm a little nervous about that color right in there. Like, this color's all good. This color, for me, I love this. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not a yellow girl. But I think when it's worked up, it'll look good. I hope so. Anyway, I hope you have a marvelous rest of your weekend. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you once again to all my new subscribers. You guys, thank you for finding me and being here. And thank you to all my regulars who keep coming back. You guys really are a blessing to me, and I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys take care, and I love you very much. Mwah! Bye, guys! That was hysterical. You got me wet. I appreciate it. And another one. Okay, Grandma's done getting wet.